Hi all, Kyber1 here with Core Rules Review number 4, the Fantasy Age Basic Rulebook. The themes here are sword and sorcery adventures in a fantastic world. This uses the Age system or adventure game engine where you use 3d6 and when you roll doubles, the odd colored dice. For instance, if you're using two whites and a red, the red die will be your dragon die in Dragon Age, for instance. And what that means is the number rolled on that will be the amount of stump points you have. It's really a cool system. It made the D6 interesting. This is basically like the love child between GURPS and Dungeons and Dragons. But it was a little late to the party. But wow, it's the first time I ever wanted a D6 in my game. Um, so it does remind me of the GURPS D&D love child thing. My big complaint though is that since 2015, I've only seen Ashes of Valkana as an official campaign setting. I haven't seen anything else for this. I mean, granted, I'm not on Green Ronan's site all that often, but I mean, it's a little disheartening because the system is so good. Blue Rose also uses this system, the second edition of that game, and Dragon Age uses the system. Modern Age uses the dice system. Um, yeah, just and I believe the Expanse actually just came out, so maybe yeah, there's a bit more to it, but still, it, it's something that should have been expanded on way earlier, if you ask me. Sorry, rant there. My high praise, though, is that, the D6 is finally not boring. Like, it's got some stuff going for it. And there you have the Age system, adventure game engine. So, yeah, it's pretty exciting. Um, and then there's the basic game concepts on page 6. That's also a high praise for me. Right here. Well, hold on. Basic game concepts. You have characters who have abilities, and then there are stunts. What sort of game dice are used? It covers everything you kind of need to know about what you're getting into. It's brilliant. It's a fast-paced layout. The key points here are the basic game concepts on 6. Character creation goes from 8 to 25, races 11 to 14, backgrounds 15 to 18, classes 19 to 25, and then you have your mixed heritage selection on page 11. Gaining levels happens on 26. Starting equipment on 26 and 27. The stunt die is explained on page 30. Basic test difficulty on 31. Action time on 32 to 34. Combat stunts on 36. The grenade stunt on 38. Mounts on 38 and 39. Character options range from 40 to 52. Equipment 53 to 65. Optional trade focuses on 42. Unlocking special one second, let me go to 49. Sorry, I'm reading off my little cheat sheet here. I always like to do a quick once over of the book again, so that way I got my stuff in line to be talked about, but this time it didn't work out so well. Oh, unlocking specializations. Yes, that's on 49. So there are options to gaining specializations. Armor is on 54. Shields is also on 54. Missile weapon range is on 55. Weapons are on 62 and 63. Ooh, convenient. Grenades are on 58. Traveling and adventuring on 59. Tools are on 60 to 61. Carrying and storage is also on 60 to 61. Clothes and fashion range from 62 and 63. Trade goods and raw materials on 63. Professional gear on 64. Food and lodging on 65. Magic on 66 through 76. Standard spell stunts on 68. Exploration and role-playing stunts on 79. Advanced test on 98. Ooh, the Game Master. I'm not going to show the Game Master section. Let's see. Attack roll modifiers on 101. Hazard categories on 102. Adversaries range from 104 to 114. Special powers are on 114 as well. The pros for this is the Fantasy Age in a nutshell on page 83. That's in the Dungeon Master section, or sorry, the Game Master section. There's an adventure on 128 through 139, once again in the GM section. A glossary on 140 to 141. I kind of wish the glossary was before the Game Master section, honestly, because if you're flipping through to the end of the book, you might see some spoilers if you're a player that doesn't wish to see that. And the index is on 142 to 143. Some of the content on the GM section could have been available for players, for instance, the rarity of magic items. And the reason why I believe that is you want players to understand how rare magic items should be. So that way they're not like, oh, just give me a magic item. Or, some of those lame guys. You know what I mean? It's just, if everybody has a full understanding of the rarity factor and what it actually means, I think that many more people would not be inclined to complain about getting just another sword. Players need to understand that power creep is a real thing in role-playing games, and only by luck, chance, or mandatory upgrade should you be able to acquire a better weapon that's better categorically. Like you can have a non-magic weapon and then you get something with a slight enchantment on it. That should be a big deal. And Diablo 3 was really terrible about that. I didn't feel like I had any equipment that was worth my time equipping because an hour later I would find something better. It was worth my time equipping because obviously I'm dealing more damage, but if you're not connected to what you're doing, do you really feel that your progress is progress? And that's something really well laid out here in this book, the sensation of progress you get. It's great. So I highly recommend this. This is the best D6 system I have ever seen, experienced. Um, there are variations like Modern Age, Blue Rose, and Dragon Age. Um, Ashes of Alcana is a campaign setting for it. I believe the Expanse just got a version of this, and then there's the World of Lazarus for D20 Modern, or not D20 Modern. I am so sorry, Modern Age. Uh, Modern. Ugh. Okay, so this is highly recommended. This is my absolute favorite D6 system. Um, yeah. So Kyber Mount with a very high recommendation.